In the vast expanse of the Western Pacific, where the blue waters stretch between continents and cultures, a significant shift is quietly taking place. A new and unprecedented partnership is emerging between the Philippines and Taiwan, two neighbors bound by geography, shared democratic values, and a growing sense of common purpose. Though separated by the narrow Bashi Channel, these two vibrant democracies are drawing closer together, forging ties in response to China's increasingly assertive actions in the region. Beijing's rapid military buildup and sweeping territorial claims have forced both Manila and Taipei to reconsider their strategies. Once cautious neighbors, they are now setting aside old hesitations to cooperate for their mutual security and stability. This evolving alliance is quietly reshaping the security landscape of the region. Intelligence sharing, joint Coast Guard patrols, and coordinated responses to maritime incidents are becoming the new normal, even as these efforts unfold away from the global spotlight. High-level security talks, once rare, are now routine. Military officials and Coast Guard leaders from both sides meet regularly, building trust and sharing information to better protect their waters and people. China's recent diplomatic protests and public statements only serve to highlight the growing impact of this new alignment. The world is beginning to take notice as tensions simmer and alliances shift. For both the Philippines and Taiwan, this partnership is about more than just politics. It's about defending their sovereignty, protecting their way of life, and upholding the right to self-determination in the face of external pressure. The stakes are high, not just for governments and military leaders, but for ordinary people. Fishermen who depend on safe waters, soldiers who stand guard along the coast, and migrant workers whose livelihoods are shaped by these shifting tides all feel the impact of rising tensions. Their daily lives are intertwined with the broader struggle for security and stability in the region, making this alliance deeply personal for many. Understanding this growing partnership is essential to grasping the future of the Indo-Pacific, a region where alliances are shifting and the balance of power is being redefined before our eyes. The driving force behind this growing partnership between Manila and Taipei is rooted in a deep and mutual concern about their future security. Both societies share a sense of vulnerability, feeling the weight of China's increasingly assertive actions in the region. Ordinary citizens in both capitals are acutely aware that their daily lives could be upended by events far beyond their control. For the Philippines, China's sweeping claims in the South China Sea threaten not only its territorial integrity, but also the livelihoods of its fishermen and the security of its maritime borders. Each confrontation at sea is a stark reminder of the risks involved. For Taiwan, the threat is even more existential. Beijing's relentless military pressure, frequent airspace incursions, and high-profile invasion drills serve as constant reminders of the island's precarious position. The fear of a sudden escalation is ever present. Both nations have observed a clear and troubling pattern: China's willingness to use force, disregard international law, and challenge the status quo in pursuit of its ambitions. Philippine officials now openly acknowledge that the security of Taiwan is inseparable from their own. They recognize that any threat to Taiwan could quickly spill over and destabilize the entire region. If Taiwan were to fall, the Philippines' northern flank would be dangerously exposed, making the country more vulnerable to external pressure and military threats. This growing recognition has forged a powerful bond between the two peoples, creating a sense of solidarity that transcends politics and geography. Joint rallies and public displays of unity have become more common. Incidents in the South China Sea now resonate deeply in Taipei, just as every PLA incursion near Taiwan's airspace sends shockwaves through Manila. The fates of both are increasingly intertwined. The shared experience of facing coercion and intimidation has become a stronger catalyst for cooperation than any formal treaty or alliance could ever be. United by a common challenge, Manila and Taipei are determined not to stand alone against Beijing's pressure, forging a partnership built on resilience, mutual support, and a shared hope for peace in the region. The Bashi Channel, separating the Philippines' Batan's Islands from Taiwan, is a critical maritime choke point. Disruption here would impact global trade and security. For China, the channel is a gateway to the Pacific. For the U.S. and its allies, it's a line of defense. The Philippines' proximity means it cannot ignore a Taiwan crisis. Any conflict would directly threaten its security and economy. Recognizing this, Manila and Taipei now coordinate Coast Guard patrols and share maritime intelligence. Their cooperation in the Bashi Channel signals to Beijing that they will not be passive. The channel has become a zone of active partnership, not just a body of water. Stability here is a shared priority for both nations and the world. Closer security ties between the Philippines and Taiwan have evolved from quiet, behind-the-scenes talks to a new era of open engagement. What was once limited to discreet meetings and cautious exchanges has now become a visible and dynamic partnership, reflecting the shifting realities in the region. China's growing pressure on both Manila and Taipei has forced the Philippines to reconsider its approach, leading to the lifting of restrictions on official travel to Taiwan. This move has not only increased the frequency of high-level visits, but also signaled a willingness to deepen cooperation, despite Beijing's objections. With these new channels open, direct dialogue between security officials is now possible. The focus has shifted to sharing intelligence, assessing China's intentions in the region, and developing joint strategies to address emerging threats. This marks a significant step forward in their relationship. Both sides are now planning for contingencies, holding informal meetings to discuss scenarios that could impact their shared interests. While this isn't a formal alliance, it is a practical partnership built on a sense of urgency and mutual benefit. Cooperation now extends beyond security, reaching into humanitarian planning and disaster response. Joint drills and coordinated efforts are helping both countries prepare for natural disasters and other emergencies that could affect their citizens. A key area of focus is the development of evacuation protocols for the large Filipino community living and working in Taiwan. These plans are designed to ensure their safety in times of crisis, reflecting the growing sense of responsibility both governments feel toward their people. China's vocal protests show that these deepening ties are having a real impact. For Manila, the benefits of closer coordination with Taipei now outweigh the risks of angering Beijing. The partnership is expanding, driven by shared concerns over regional security and the need to adapt to rapidly changing circumstances. Both sides are investing in building resilience together, not just through official channels but also through academic exchanges, joint training, and people-to-people connections. The era of quiet diplomacy has given way to open, pragmatic cooperation, one that is likely to shape the future of the region for years to come. Cooperation is now visible in joint Coast Guard patrols and military exercises. Philippine and Taiwanese agencies coordinate in the Bashi Channel, upholding international law and freedom of navigation. Taiwanese observers now attend major U.S.-Philippines drills, sending a clear deterrent message to Beijing. High-level security dialogues are more frequent and substantive, involving senior officials and military strategists. These activities build trust, enhance interoperability, and prepare both sides for crisis response. Each joint patrol and exercise signals unity and resolve. The partnership is practical, focused on readiness, not rhetoric. Behind the scenes, candid discussions shape future collaboration. The message to China aggression is forging stronger regional partnerships, not isolating Taiwan. Together, Manila and Taipei are determined to uphold a rules-based order. The Philippines-Taiwan partnership is closely linked to the U.S. security presence in the region. The U.S.-Philippines alliance has been revitalized, with new military sites near Taiwan and expanded joint exercises. U.S. support enables rapid response to crises and strengthens deterrence against China. The U.S. supplies defensive weapons to Taiwan and conducts regular naval operations in the area. By deepening its alliance with Manila, Washington is building a resilient security network. The U.S. acts as facilitator and backstop, encouraging regional partners to cooperate. This integrated deterrent strategy multiplies the strength of allied nations. Philippines-Taiwan cooperation exemplifies this approach, empowering both to take greater responsibility for their defense. The result, a more stable and secure Indo-Pacific. The human cost of regional tensions is felt by over 160,000 Filipino workers in Taiwan. Their livelihoods and safety are at stake if conflict erupts. The Philippine government prioritizes contingency plans for their evacuation, coordinating closely with Taiwan. In Batanes, local communities live with the reality of increased military presence and the threat of conflict. For many, security cooperation is about protecting families and homes, not just territory. The stakes are deeply personal. Peace means stability for workers and islanders alike. This human dimension drives both governments to prepare for worst-case scenarios. Ultimately, the partnership is about safeguarding people, not just borders. The Philippines is backing diplomacy with military modernization. A $35 billion program is transforming its armed forces for credible external defense. Priorities include advanced fighter jets, new warships, anti-ship missiles, and modern radar systems. The goal: deter aggression and raise the cost for any would-be adversary. A stronger military makes the Philippines a more resilient partner for allies like the US and Taiwan. This buildup is about deterrence, not provocation. Each new asset shifts the regional balance and signals national resolve. Manila's investment in self-defense underpins its growing partnerships and confidence on the world stage. The Philippines-Taiwan partnership is a pragmatic response to shared threats, not a provocation. By working together, they build a bulwark against aggression and set an example for regional cooperation. Their message to Beijing: coercion will only strengthen alliances. Supported by the US, this network is vital for a free and open Indo-Pacific. As pressure from China continues, expect deeper cooperation, joint exercises, intelligence sharing, and new areas like cybersecurity. The goal is seamless crisis response and credible deterrence. This partnership is about resilience, shared values, and securing a peaceful future. The stability of the region may well depend on the continued strength of this alliance.